Hi, hello everybody, and welcome. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are today. We are going to be going all the way to Italy for today's webinar. We will be joined by the wonderful Politecnico di Milano, who will be here to discuss architecture, design, engineering, all things artsy in the art and design space. So a lot of creative talk today with Chiara and Gadir, who we have joined with us on today's webinar. We also encourage you guys to ask questions throughout the webinar. We are here in the background, so if you do need any help or any questions that you would like answered today, we are here for that. So please do paste them in the Q&A box just at the bottom of your screen. And if you're on Facebook, please feel free to register, and then you'll be able to ask a question in the Zoom live chat. All right, so I'm gonna be able to hand you over now to Chiara.
Thank you very much, and thank you everyone to be here with us today. My name is Chiara, and I work at Politecnico di Milano in the promotion and orientation office of the university. I'm really glad to be presenting Politecnico di Milano to you, and overall to have our former students and alumnus of Politecnico di Milano, Gader Atala, with us today, who will share some very important and interesting information about her experience at Politecnico di Milano and overall after her graduation. Politecnico di Milano is a very prestigious university, which is was established in 1863, and it's obviously located in the city of Milan, in the north of Italy. We offer programs in architecture, design, and engineering at bachelor, master, and PhD level. The university, as I said, is in Milan, which is a very dynamic city, I would say. Not so big, but it offers a lot from many points of view, from the cultural point of view, historical. It's a very fun city, and at the same time, it's a business center for our country. I live here. I've been studying here, and I can assure you that it's a very good place to live overall when you're young and you want to get a lot of different inputs from outside. And I think that Gader can also confirm this from her side.
Absolutely. It's a city it's a very dynamic city full of various events of food, culture, engineer, fashion, design, furniture. You will never be bored. There will be a lot of activities. And one thing I would like to ensure, specifically the international students. So I lived in Milan for around 12 years between studying and working. And it's almost the most city that has the most people speaking English in Italy, which is something I know everyone as coming students internationally, it's a struggle to face it, but I assure you will find everyone speaking English, or most of them, and whoever even don't, they are the people of Milan very helpful and very welcoming to the students and encouraging them. So we'll assure you, you will never be bored, nor you will find any struggle in Milan.
Thank you, Gader. Yes, I confirm. So, and the nice thing is also that Milan is located not far from other places like mountain, sea, and lakes, which is great because you can get some time off when you're too overwhelmed by the inputs of the city itself, and you can definitely enjoy some nature and some other atmosphere. And as Gader said, Milan is very international. So you can definitely you won't struggle that much with English. And the same is valid for the campuses where other what Politecnico Milano has other offer other programs. So the cities are a little smaller than Milan, but on campus English is well spoken. And you can also, of course, meet a lot of international students while you study. And as you see, Italy itself is not a big country, and the cities where the campuses are located are just, let's say, maximum 1 hour and a half away from Milan. You can reach them by train and by car, or well, by bike if you wish, because there are some students who also ride bikes to go around our campuses in Milan and Povisa and Milan Leonardo. Why you said that the university is prestigious, because as you can see here on this slide, and well, the international reputation of Politecnico di Milano is very good. We are the first university in Italy, and among the top 5 in design. Now, last year, in the last ranking, we found out that we are 10th in architecture and 13th in engineering in the world, according to QS University rankings. So if you decide to study here in these fields of study, well, it's definitely a great choice. Also because you can go abroad for your for some other studies experiences while you are enrolled at Politecnico di Milano. You can attend an Erasmus program or other exchange programs in prestigious European or international or universities which offer the same programs at Politecnico di Milano. The international reputation is also very good thanks to the research. Students and overall, of course, researchers and professors are involved in these projects, which are also funded by the European Commission. And this is a guarantee of the quality of the research carried out at Politecnico di Milano, thanks also to the infrastructures we have. So students of engineering, for example, are can take advantage of the labs we have here. For example, the wind tunnel, which is one of the cutting-edge laboratory located in the campus of Bovisa, is also very often used by companies who has to carry out tests or across helicopters and so on. I'm talking about also, for example, cars like Ferrari, for example, and then of course a lot of other laboratories students can work in and for their projects. Is not from day one. I mean, not students from the first year of bachelor are usually don't work in the labs, but of course later in the years they have definitely access to the laboratories. I think I used to enter some labs of architecture, if I'm not wrong, where you were here.
Correct. And since specifically dedicated to, for example, I've been to the modeling one, in which you come up with new modeling techniques, the 3D modeling techniques, and other even structural labs that we had to work also with the professors, some assistants, and you work on the things so you can more see how likely on the real life later on you can work on that to see a final product and not only, but face all the challenges. And the good thing also, there is an assistant and a lot of full team that work with you, help you, give you some direction to make it also easy and how to overcome these challenges.
That's great. Thank you for adding. So yeah, the professors are always there for our students, and also to share with the students the results of the research, and you can already have an idea of what our research of the research carried out at Politecnico are about. So if you want to have a look on the websites Frontiere and the Progress in Research. And why I stress so much on research, because when you arrive, we decide to study at a certain university overall at master level and overall in our fields of study, you might consider also how the professors are, how well they're prepared, how well they can teach you, and if you know that they are involved in very high level research, it's a guarantee of quality for your studies. And well, this is something that a lot of international students took into consideration for their studies, because more than 7,000, almost 8,000 now students from abroad decided to come and study at Politecnico di Milano. So they are actually at the moment enrolled at Politecnico di Milano, which is a big university with about almost 50,000 students enrolled at the 3 levels of education: undergrad, postgrad, and PhD. The educational offer is very wide, as you can see here. We offer 25 bachelor, 2 of them in English, 47 Master of Science, and 41 of them are in English. So almost of them are, all of them are in English, and all our PhD programs. This is important because if you come here to Milan, to Italy for your postgraduate program, basically you don't need to know Italian when you apply. You just come here and study in English, and then of course if you want or you will be asked then to know some Italian, but you can apply even without knowing any word in Italian, except for, of course, some basic pizza and coffee and cafe, but of course you will learn. Well, Gader knows Italian perfectly, so she can confirm that it's a possible mission. Definitely.
Very much, very much. You just have to work the well, and it's the easiest place. Since you're in Italy, you will get the language very fast.
That's great, thank you. But yeah, talking about programs taught in English, this is the educational offer in architecture and design. As you can see, we offer several programs in the fields, and you can pick 2 programs when you submit your application to the master program. You should have a background related to the program you choose. So if you decide to apply for architecture, you should have a bachelor degree in architecture, and the same for design, which with some exceptions, so like urban planning or landscape architecture, which are open also to students with different background, like social sciences, for example, or some other bachelor degrees. You can definitely find out on the website. But yes, let's say that your bachelor degree should be linked to the program you select overall in the field of engineering. As you see, a lot of programs are offered. There are some new programs which have been created just last year, like transformative sustainability, for example, or high performance computing engineering, which is brand new. But yeah, all of them are very high quality and involve, of course, study and research during their dissertation. If you're thinking about applying for master programs, you might already take a look on the website, because the application is open until November the 8th, and you can submit it very easily. I will show you it, how in the next slide, but just to give you an idea about how when you can how much time you have to submit your application. This is an important information. So you have time until November the 8th, and then again from January to March to start in September 2023. The documents you have to submit are just a few. The important thing is just to check the entry requirements, of course, about the bachelor degree, the minimum GPA. Well, we will need an English language certificate upon application, unless you've been studying in English in your bachelor degree. And then, of course, you will just need to apply online. So just register, select the programs, upload the documents I will show you in the next slide, and pay the application fee of 50 euros. Well, make sure you pay this amount only when you have uploaded the correct documents. So double check the documents you've been uploading, you have uploaded are correct, are the ones you want to submit, because otherwise you cannot change anything. Once the payment is done, there's no way to change the documents you have submitted. I just stress on this because we are receiving several questions about this. Our students didn't pay much attention on the documents they submitted, and so they are panicking now because they cannot change them. So just make sure you choose the right documents when you upload them. And which documents I'm talking about? These mandatory documents you see on the left of the screen, which are your degree or a document attesting you will graduate next year. an academic transcript with the grades you have been obtaining or you obtain in your bachelor, your CV, curriculum vitae, for architects and designers, a portfolio, and then the language proficiency proof, which is one of the ones you see on the screen. As I said, Italian knowledge is not required unless you decide to apply to an Italian taught program, and in that case, we will need you to submit and upload also an Italian language certificate. Then we give you the option to upload other documents, which might, let's say, boost your application, but are not required as mandatory. And we are talking about the GRE for engineering and architecture, a motivation letter you write, and a recommendation letter from a professor. And the last document is a course description, meaning a document describing what was the content of the subjects you've been taking during your bachelor degree. Again, you can find everything on the website or ask your question during at the end of the presentation for clarification, of course. The program of Politecnico di Milano, I'm talking about the master program, costs 3,900 euros per year for non-European students. For European students, in case any of you is from Europe or has an European passport, the cost depends on the family income or on your income. The minimum is 900 euros, maximum 3,900 per year. And again, the programs last 2 years. The most talented students have also the chance to get a scholarship, which might be offered by the university, the ones called merit-based scholarships. And for these, there is no application. You just apply for the program, and your documents will be revised for, let's say, for the admission and for the scholarship. These cover the tuition fees and might give you some pocket money. While the government of Italy offers some additional scholarship, you might check on their website, and for these an application is required. So let's say it's also possible to study for free at Politecnico di Milano at high and prestigious university like ours. And as I mentioned before, you don't need to apply with the knowledge of Italian language, but you will need to have acquired a minimum level of Italian before graduation. And this is very easy. It's not easy, but it's possible, definitely possible, as Gader can attest. Also because we offer free courses of Italian to our students. So you can definitely study Italian at Politecnico di Milano while you are enrolled at our master degrees. Or if you have possibility or you want to study Italian before coming, you can provide an Italian language certificate level B1 upon application or anyway before enrollment. All this, let's say the opportunity given by Politecnico di Milano is not related only to the study experience, to the research, as I mentioned, but also to the life as a student, which is definitely a very important aspect of a choice like the one to go abroad and study. So we definitely organize welcome activities, and then we offer you the services university like ours should have. You can attend cultural events on campus, you can practice your sport, you can learn Italian and other languages, you will get discounts for activities organized by the municipality or for entering museums, cinemas, theaters, and so on. And of course, you cannot be part of the students associations and be in contact with buddy students, so we'll welcome you. Let's say that the activities and the opportunities to be involved in other things than only the studies is there. I think Adair also from this point of view can share something with you guys.
Well, yeah, definitely. I've been there for quite a few years, and I have enjoyed all of these kind of activities. We used to play tennis, and it's in the court, and you would play with your colleagues and sometimes even with the professor, which is adds some bonding between us and our professors. There is also some trips that used to be, whether by your program or other programs. There are trips whether related to your major, or even other trips during the vacation days, which also it's very interesting. Most of them are cultural, fun. You do a lot of activities. You get to meet other students from other departments, other people around, and you exchange a lot of experience and fun at the same time. And with very economical fees that for the students and everything get arranged by university.
Yeah, it's true. So let's say that overall after the pandemic, now we are really try to organize the good activities for our students, and they themselves organize a lot of activities like trips and so on. So students again can gather on campus, know each other, play sport together, attend events together. They can play music. For example, we have a great association, musical association. So let's say that the time spent at Politecnico di Milano can be hard from a study point of view because it's a demanding university, but at the same time also fun because you will share this experience with a lot of students and professors there, as Kader told you. And also you can boost your knowledge, so you can decide have a good background and be ready for the after graduation path. The career service is an office which is part of the university and which organizes job fairs on campus, workshops, events dedicated to specific programs and for graduates of the specific program. They provide career guidance and they put you in contact with the representatives of prestigious companies. So basically you can apply to jobs through the career service. You can find internship and job opportunities on the website of the career service. And as you can see, the results are very, very good. So our international alumni are employed within 1 year from graduation in the field of their studies, 82% of them, and a lot of them decide to stay in Italy for work after graduation.
I confirm that.
Yeah, I would love you to share your experience if you feel like, Gader, because I think it's inspiring for all of our students.
Thank you for this, Chiara. Well, so yes, actually, me being studying Politecnico with all its amazing and prestigious doesn't mean it's not easy. It's very tough university, but believe me, it will pay back all of your life. And the interesting thing is, while studying, really the professors and their assistants are very helpful, specifically with the international students, because most of us, we come from a different educational background that is very different to the Italian. So they're really willing to give even extra hours. I remember in the court, there is a common area where all the students sits. The professor sits with us. He explained to us. He sketched sometimes, help us even designing. So really that really boosts our experience and make it easier for us. And me being a holder of a master degrees from Politecnico di Milano, it opened not only doors for me, but gates. So I had the pleasure, honestly, to work with the Expo during the Expo 15 that happened in Milan. And during that, I had to deal with a lot of very archi-star or international and Italian architects that they are very well known, not only in Italy, but also internationally. Definitely, this boosted my professional development. I felt like I was as if I was working for so many years, although it was few years, but because of the gaining knowledge was very wide and very beneficial. And the interesting thing is you work immediately on an actual real project. So it's not just an invaluable feedback. No, you will be literally working on a real project. And for me, it was the Expo also opened a lot of other doors. So I got to know other Italian architects. And after I left and the Expo 15 finished, I joined and I worked two very famous Italian architects for quite a few times. So I stayed even after my graduation in Milan for 8 years to work. And I wanted really to impose my skills, because we all can take the degree and just leave. But I wanted really to ensure the know-how and the Italian know-how of the design, of the architecture, of how to make things. I get it fully before I go somewhere else. And that worked actually my experience. And even one of the architects that I was working with was very much investing, taking me even to queries of marble, seeing how things is done, and from A to Z. All these details, believe me, when you go back to work anywhere else and you know all the details and the know-how from expertise like the Italian, things will be very easy. So after I've lived in Italy, I worked for almost 8 years. I said, okay, it's time for me now to look for a next step and experience another country or see somewhere else. And believe it or not, everyone was seeing my CV just being from Politecnico and working with these very important international also architects, not only in Italy, they're well known. And I've got so many job offers. It made it very I can't even decide to whom to go, where to go. Different countries in the Middle East, even in Europe. I got few offers in Switzerland. I got in Spain as well. And then afterwards, I got so much in the Middle East, in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, in Saudi Arabia. And actually, the start was from Politecnico. Definitely, it gave me something concrete to be very confident. And it took me to where am I now. I'm leading one of the most important mega projects in Saudi Arabia. It's part of the Saudi 2030 vision. And I don't feel myself just starting. I'm very well confident working with international companies, trying to deliver the vision. And believe it or not, a lot of things even I've been taking into Politecnico, it's coming up now. So it will really add on and just try to enjoy it, make the best out of it. And one more thing I would like to add, by the way, so Chiara, I'm registered in the alumni of Politecnico, and up till today, I still got notifications of job offers, of everything happening around, which would really make us feel part of it. So you're not also left over, you're still alumni from Politecnico. And the interesting part, when I travel along the side and I say I studied in Italy and people say where from, and I mention Polyme, and you really find a lot of other people graduated from Polyme, whether Italian or not. And everyone reaction says, oh, wow, because it's only a prestigious, because everyone know the graduates and the alumni people of this university are very well skilled and very well trained students. So I assure you, you will never do or go anywhere wrong if you got applied to Politecnico. Hopefully you all get accepted and enjoy the journey as much I have learned.
Thank you so much, Kader. I really appreciate you sharing your path, which is great. Of course, Politecnico di Milano is can make the difference in a person's life if you, as you said, if you take advantage of everything, and you might get a little bit overwhelmed when you go abroad and you are in a different place with different culture, different study method, but at the end of the day you will have several other people in your same situation and the staff of the university there for you, and you will definitely will face and overgo these problems and take advantage of the experience. And since we started talking about the research and the possibility to do research at Politecnico di Milano, I want to share with you also the list of the PhD programs you might think about applying for now if you already have a master degree or after your master obtained at Politecnico di Milano. As you can see, the list is very long. We are one of the few universities offering programs at PhD level in design. So I would suggest you to have a look on the website and find out more if you're interested. And also because the PhD programs are free. So there are no tuition fees, and you can definitely get a scholarship also. So you can be paid for doing your research at Politecnico di Milano. They last 3 years, and you can spend up to 18 months abroad in one of the partner universities or in a research center. So you might consider these as a great opportunity. All of the programs are taught in English, and they start in November. So the application is open from April to May every year to enter in November. This is important to know because you might already take into consideration what you can do after graduation, and we have been talking about the job opportunities, and then we can we give you the opportunity to go on with the PhD program at Politecnico di Milano. And also, if you have some ideas you want to get funds for, well, you can submit your project to PolyHub, which is in Startup Accelerator part of Politecnico di Milano, and you can basically get supports and funds for innovative startups and being collaborate with important companies and in Italy and abroad. So let's say that after you graduate, you're not left alone, as Gader said. You will be an alumnus of Politecnico di Milano forever. So let's say that we have a convention for alumni of Politecnico di Milano, which take place in Milan every year, and graduates, people who graduated, I don't know, like 50 years ago, come to Milan and enjoy the time together. Because if you graduate at Politecnico di Milano, you will always be a Politecnico di Milano alumnus, and you will be part of the community forever. So let's say that if you decide to know more about Politecnico di Milano, you can also take advantage of this project we opened last June. The project is called Ask a Student. Is very great way to know more about the programs, the application, and to know more about the life as a student at Politecnico di Milano, because these guys you see here and others will be available for an online meeting. They will be there for you to answer your personal questions, so you can book a one-to-one meeting and at the time you prefer, and talk to the students to get their inputs, information, and of course to solve your doubts. So I encourage you to book your appointments, and also of course to have a look on our website and social media to know more about the university and the information I shared with you today. Of course, you can contact us for any questions, and overall you can ask your questions now because we are here for you guys.
Hi guys, thank you. Great for your presentation. It was brilliant. There was a lot of information there. You do have a couple of questions in the Q&A. So let's kick this off. We have the first question. Hi, do you fund us for our own research projects? I believe you did answer that earlier.
Yeah, we did say that if you apply for a PhD program, you can get a scholarship and then get funds for your research.
Okay, and I think this question is to Gadia. Could you let us know how you found living in Italy? Is it friendly and easy to settle in?
I believe by just mentioning that after my study, I couldn't leave Italy and I stayed for another 8 or 9 years, I could answer this. And I love Milan so much. It's for me, my city. It's fulfill a lot of things. It's also, you know, if you want to interested in design, in fashion, and it's very close to a lot of other cities, not only in Italy, but also to Europe. So in a few hours, you're in Switzerland, you're in France, and there are a lot of, so the city is, the people who are living there expecting a lot of international students due to Politecnico di Milano and other international entities. So they're expecting the students, so they are very helpful. So I really did not find it hard when I wanted to look for accommodation or a place to live. For example, even if you go for the small details to go to open a bank account, also the university will help you. And even the banks are very aware of the students around the city. Even if you want to get a SIM phone for your phone or all of that, believe me, it's very easy, and everyone is willing to help. So I didn't find any difficulties. Actually, my difficulty was leaving Milan.
I can imagine. It sounds like an amazing city. I have been there once before. Okay, next question. Do we get a chance to mingle with employers, and how many hours a week can we work?
Yes, you can work up to 20 hours per week. I'm talking about non-European students, and there is of course there's a way to get in contact with the employers through the career service. While you study, overall at the beginning, I wouldn't suggest you to work, like consider working for several hours, just because at the beginning you have to understand how to work here, how's the teaching method, what are the classes and your schedule and so on. So I would suggest you to consider to come and have at least one semester only for studying and getting to know the university and the place, but then you can work up to 20 hours per week, and you can apply to internship, let's say, through the career service.
Sure, and I think there's a question here asking to mention the fees for the master programs again, please.
Yeah, of course. For non-European students, the cost is 3,900 euros per year, so about 4,000 euros per year. The master program lasts 2 years.
Okay, and can the application fee be waived or paid in installments?
No, I'm sorry. The application fee, which is 150 euros, cannot be, sorry, the application fee, which is 50 euros, cannot be waived. It's a mandatory payments for having your applications evaluated by the professors.
Okay, and can you mention the scholarships process again, just one more time?
Of course. I might go back to the slide just to show how it works. Okay, there are two scholarship systems. Like one scholarship is offered by the university, which is called merit-based scholarship. These are they offer tuition fee waiver, and also students can get up to 10,000 euros in pocket money for the staying here. There is no application required. So basically the students applies to the program. He can pick up to 2 programs, and then if he is admitted, his document will be revised again for the scholarship awarding process. While beside the merit-based scholarship offered by the university, there are also some scholarship offered by the government of Italy, and for these ones is important to check deadlines and submit the application because that's required. And also there are some scholarship offered by local governments, so you might consider checking the website of your of the Ministry of Education of your country or Foreign Affairs, and check if there is any funds available for students who want to go abroad for studying.
Great. And do you need to provide any portfolios with your application? Can you?
For architecture and design, of course, yeah, the portfolio is required and is one of the mandatory documents listed here. Of course, for engineers, this is not a requirement, but all the other documents are required for sure to all the students.
Okay, amazing. And how many pages would you suggest for a portfolio?
The portfolio, well, we don't have specific requirements, but what we suggest is to select a few projects, like the best projects, and describe them in English. So it's important not to collect 100 projects or 50 projects, but just, I don't know, 5, 6, which are very good and which represents the quality, like the interests, of course, and the style of the students, and of course the skills.
Okay, amazing. Well, that was our last question. Is there anything else you would like to add before we end the webinar?
Well, for my side, I really would love you to consider Politecnico di Milano as an option, because it really can make the difference. I think that the point of view of the students is the most important one, the ones that can make you decide about your future. So I encourage you again to book your appointment with other ambassadors. And I also thank you for your attention today and for the time you spent with us.
Amazing. Thank you, Kadir, as well, for your wonderful testament to Milan. It's been great to hear your experience.
Thank you all. I'm wishing all the students all the best of luck.
Amazing. Well, thank you guys for attending and thank you for your questions. We will be here in the background. If you feel free to email us, we will be getting in contact with you in the next couple of days. But yes, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to us or contact details on the screen. All right, everybody, have a lovely day. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.